So welcome to part 2 of our tutorial Tuesday on making low relief industrial buildings. So here we are, we got quite the way through the construction last time and this is it finished. And I'll show you how I got here obviously in a minute, but relatively simple, dry brushing the cladding. Douglas printed these little numbers for me and the signs came off another building kit. And then this was just painted light grey using the standard emulsion tester pots. I guess everybody knows about this cheap fix. You know, that's £1.25, well, between 99p and 150 depending where you buy them. And it's got about 4 times as much paint as a model paint. So particularly for these kind of modellings, it's ideal. So that I was really pleased with. So I've done a little tester piece here just to show you how we do a couple of things. So you could leave it just plain paint. I find that just a little bit of gentle dry brushing will help to just make it look a little bit more realistic. So it's as simple as get your dry brushing brush, which needs to be a sort of very stiff, bristly brush like that. Get most of the paint off, and then you can basically do it across the cardboard, and you can just see there it's just picking out the ridges, and it really is that simple. You've seen me do it before, but a little bit of paint, knock it off on something till it's nearly all gone, and then wipe it over your bit of card like that. It works with a stiff brush, won't work with a soft brush at all. Soft brush doesn't work, it's got to be a very stiff bristly brush. So that's as simple as that, how we do the dry brushing. Now, I also, because I got carried away doing that other building, I built this one. So this is, I had actually ended up driving around an industrial estate by chance, and I noticed that quite a lot of these clad industrial buildings have various infills and quite a lot of brick. So this is a brick infill one, and I noticed that, I suppose it's for decorative, the panels are not necessarily just straight across the top. So that's what I've done here. I put some brick in, put the loading door on, same as before. Now these are air conditioning units. I got the idea from Scale Model Scenery card kit. So what we've done basically is 3D printed these, or Douglas has 3D printed them. And they'll be on our website should anybody want them for purchase. But I just thought I'd show how I did the brick infills. So we've shown our dry brushing on there. The brick infills are relatively simple. We're going to use serial packet card, as always. And although this might look a bit simplistic, again, I like to just talk people through it. So measure out the space you need. 51 millimeters, 52 millimeters. 51, I think, will be better. By 67. And then we could do the usual, mark it out on here. However, whichever method you want to use. I do tend to go a bit quiet when I'm concentrating, sorry about that. So same as before, measure the distance, rough right angle, you can use a set square if you've got one, and by cross-referencing all the measurements, you end up basically with the square. And then you can check it's like the same again that way. So you've ended up with a square, nice and simple. You can use scissors on this thin card, but you do get a straighter edge by using a knife. Nice sharp knife, and as I said before, a decent knife. Strangely enough, cheap disposable craft knives are fine, but just remember that you're going to have to change the blade or the knife very often because they do blunt quite quickly. Make sure that fits. It's a teeny bit wide. Better than it being a teeny bit narrow because you can't add cardboard. Really nice fit, and you can see that I've put a blue edge there, so when it's done it'll be a really neat finish. And it really is as simple as gluing this and stick it on your brick paper. I tend to like using glue sticks for this. It just gives a neater finish. Ours are a bit lumpy because we've been using them for 3D printing. And it's as simple as sticking it on the back of your brick paper, like that. Trimming around it, like so. Cutting a little nick into the corner. Like that. Doesn't have to be very precise. We don't do anything that's very precise. And then you can use Pritt for this, but I sometimes find PVA is better. My glamorous assistant helping me here, as they used to say in the game shows.
It would be helpful if you remembered everything the first time.
Yeah, but that's the fun of doing it. We all do that. We all sit down at our modelling bench or whatever it is we're doing, only to discover that we haven't got everything we need. And then all we're doing is folding the edges over, which gives us a neat edge. Because if you didn't fold it, if you just cut it the same size as the card, you'd have the edge of the card showing when it's stuck on. So we end up with a brick square like that. And that'll just glue in like that. Simples. Now, what you can see on the other one is we've got a door. So I thought I'd just show how we do that. So I've already marked my door out there. Just same as before, mark out where you want your door. I'm going to cut it out relatively simply. Thank you while I'm doing this for the great response that we had for the original video. Lots of views, lots of really nice comments. I do enjoy doing the Tutorial Tuesdays, and I think it's nice to show even what relatively simple techniques and certainly very cheap materials, and you still end up with a really rather nice looking item. And I'm not being detrimental to some of these companies. You'll see in my other video, I think the scale model scenery, for instance, things are really great, but they're £8 or £9 each, and that's probably cost me a few pound. So it's quite an economical way of doing it. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to cut a square out to fit that. Would have been a good idea if I'd remembered what size I said it was. I'll do that. Oh, it's the same size as that one, which is helpful. And it was 51. So we're going to mark a bit of card out again. And the nice thing about doing this when you're using things like cardboard that are quite cheap and economic. You know, I can remember years ago making quite a lot out of plastic sheet. And it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. And I can remember one night working too late and bodging quite a lot of very, very big pieces. And you did find yourself thinking, you know, that's a lot of money wasted. The nice thing about this is if it really does go wrong, you've wasted a bit of time. But, you know, even if I had to throw all of that away because I'd done something really silly, it's a couple of quid gone. And that's what I think's nice about using cardboard and these cheap materials. There's nothing too much lost. It's not too tricky apart from your time if you've got to go back and do it again. So there we go, that fits. And relatively simple. I'm going to turn it that way round so I can see. And we're just going to mark out our hole, like that. Cut that out. I've got quite a good eye. I've been actually a long time before I worked with plastic. When I was a teenager in the 1970s, I built all sorts of things out of cardboard. I used to even build armoured vehicles because I couldn't afford the plastic. And I got quite used to working with cardboard, so I can cut it by eye after what's probably 40 years of doing so. It's not too bad there. So what we'll do now, it's ended up being a teeny bit bigger. So I'm just going to make that door a little bit bigger to fit it. That's what I say about if it goes a little bit wrong, it's quite easy to put right, like that, and then I know that will fit okay. So we'll take this again, another piece of brick paper. Glue it all up. Stick it on. So there we go. And then same again. There's a little bit of a cheat actually you can do to cut the corners off, which is you can do it in one cut like that. And then we'll just glue these down. As we mentioned last time, if you're new to us and you're enjoying these videos, please do subscribe. We're really grateful for the, I think it's 13,500 that we've got. We'd like to get to 15 by the end of the year. So if you are watching and you are enjoying, then please do subscribe. Lots of interesting videos coming out. So basically what we're going to do now is once that's in, I'll glue that in around the edge. So you've still got your nice neat brick fascia there. And what we're going to do, we're going to put a cross in the back like that. It has to be a very sharp knife. And then we're going to simply fold the edges over right the way through, and that will cover the inside edges of our door frame. And there you go. There's your door and even your edges then. Now you'll find the corners sometimes are nicked out. Just get a brown or red felt tip in there. So there you go, and then you could put whatever door you want on the back of it. So nice and simple to do. And once you get carried away with it, so that's another one I've built. So that's actually a scale model scenery printout of graffitied corrugated iron fence. And then I've literally just cut a cardboard outline out, mounting board, frame, corrugated to show the cladding, brickwork underneath. Remember to put it a few millimeters away to add relief, and there you go. So we've then got actually three quite nice buildings that have come along nicely and easily. Not real much time or effort or money. And I'm very pleased with those. They work really well. I could sit all evening knocking these out, to be honest. Nice thing, because I'm designing them myself, they're only 3 or 4 millimeters deep, which is what you want. I did show you the loading dock on that one. And this is just another loading dock I've built. And it's really just to show you the same idea extended. Simple box construction, triangles in there, serial card to do the precast concrete framing. Once that's painted grey, using emulsion, that'll look just like that one, concrete. So there we go, really. We've got some really nice buildings there, low relief buildings, which I think low relief are really useful. You know, none of us have got a lot of room. We're making shunting layouts, and low relief is the answer. And I'm really pleased with all these, you know, and each one's been really an evening's work at best. Not a lot of time, certainly not a lot of money, and we've got some really nice buildings there. And hopefully that shows you exactly how to do it. I hope there's nothing there that I haven't shown you, and there's no reason why anybody can't have a go at this. It's as simple as some basic tools, some basic card, and what have you got to lose if you have a go and it goes wrong? You know, it's cost you nothing, and you'll get something you can use always, because ultimately it's your layout. If you've built it and you like it, you put it on your layout. Don't worry if it's not fine scale and people aren't going to be impressed. So as always, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and there will be more Tutorial Tuesdays in due course. Hi, thanks for watching the video and for the nice comments. Click on the left for a previous video in this series, click on the right for another video you might enjoy, and please don't forget to click to subscribe, like, comment, etc. Thanks again.